Hello everyone, welcome to Adhikary Education and assamexam.com. In this video, we are going to discuss APSC Mains 2020 GS Paper 2. GS Paper 1 we have already discussed in our channel. In case you have not seen it, please watch it later. Let's start. Question number 1. Write a note on preparedness in India with special reference to Assam to realize the UNDP Sustainable Development Goal 2. In this year prelim also there was a question with regard to UNDP Sustainable Development Goal. This is a very important topic. This we can expect question from this area. Sustainable Development Goal 2 is related to removing hunger, elimination of hunger. What are the steps Assam or India has taken in this regard? So many incentives, so many provisions Government of India or Government of Assam has given, like giving money, giving food. So all those things what government is giving, this leads to Sustainable Development Goal 2. These are the steps that government is doing to achieve this Sustainable Development Goal 2. There are 17 Sustainable Development Goals and 169 agendas. Niti Aayog has also released a Sustainable Development Goal India Index, which has 13 of the 17 Sustainable Development Goals, excluding 12, 13, 14 and 17. Next question. In the Indian parliamentary system, the office of the president is like a pivot that joins the two wheels, namely the legislature and the executive. Discuss. So the question is asking, in Indian parliamentary system, how president acts as a joint between the legislature and the executive. So what is the president's role? What is the president's function? President has so many activities in parliament also. Beside that, president is the head of all the executives. Next question. Discuss why Article 32 of the Constitution of India is regarded as the heart and soul of the Constitution. So Article 32 gives the writ provision. It is having the writ provision, where Supreme Court has the power to issue writs whenever an individual feels his right is being encroached and he is not able to enjoy the rights. Then he can approach Supreme Court. Supreme Court can issue writs based on Article 32. That's why Article 32 is very important. It protects all the fundamental rights that are given in the Constitution. Next question 4. Do you think cooperative federalism exists in India? Substantiate your answer. Cooperative federalism is the concept based on which Niti Aayog has been established. It is a type of setup where all the states of India's federation will also come and cooperate with the central government and try to solve common issues. Granville Austin, he was one of the American historian who has studied Indian Constitution. He has given this concept, cooperative federalism. Next question. The future of India lies in the village. Explain the statement in the light of the role of Panchayati Raj Institution in empowering rural communities. How village is important to India? Why villages also should be developed for the development of India? This is what the question is asking. And how Panchayati Raj Institution as an institute, Panchayati Raj as an institute is actually empowering the rural communities. How it is strengthening the rural communities. Like we have heard about smart cities, smart villages also should be developed where proper infrastructure should be there, so that overall development of the village area also will happen. Because in India, still 70 to 80% of the population resides in village. If those 70 to 80% of the population is not able to develop, then you can expect India as a whole cannot develop. Next question, question 6. Discuss the role of civil society as the guardian of human right and obligation. Next question. A nuclear war cannot be won and must never be fought. Explain. A nuclear war is such a devastating activity and thus there will be no winner in a nuclear war. And so beside that, so many countries are having nuclear weapon. So most probably everything will be over if a scenario like nuclear war comes into place. Next question. Explain the procedure to amend the Constitution of India, highlighting the significance of the basic structure doctrine. So we should prepare all the important amendments what has happened till now, and definitely how the amendment can be made in the Constitution. Next question. Discuss the power of the speaker under the rules for the conduct of business in the parliament. The question is asking what are the powers given to the speaker of Lok Sabha to conduct the business in the parliament, because speaker is the ultimate responsible for conduct of business in the Lok Sabha. For Rajya Sabha, chairman is there. He will have some certain powers. For president, for governor, they are having certain powers. We should have a good idea of those things. These questions can come, related questions. Then recently, Supreme Court, actually in Supreme Court, judges are being appointed through a collegium system. Recently, government has asked some concern about the collegium system. Government wanted to amend that collegium system. So you should also take note of that collegium system. How soon Supreme Court judges are appointed. This topic is very expected topic. We should prepare at least. Next question. The Wine Declaration is a landmark in the history of human rights. Elucidate. Yes, declaration with related to human rights. In the APSC Prelim exam also this year, one question came. Magna Carta, then Beijing Declaration, other conventions, international conventions on human rights, we should have a good idea, because this year prelim also that question came. So we should prepare and be ready. If any question comes in this area, we should be able to answer it. Next question. Correlation of good governance and democracy has meant the dispersion of power among the governed instead of centralization in the elites. Comments. So next question. E-governance transforms not only the way in which public services are delivered, but also the fundamental relationship between the government and the citizen. Explain. E-governance, you must be knowing this concept. Nowadays, most of the government services, we can do it online. So this is a type of e-governance. You are applying for a PSC examination. Earlier you used to do physically. Now you are doing online. You are registering for employment exchange registration. We can do it online. So most of the government services nowadays, government is trying to give it in e-governance system, so that online we can do it. So this is a how it helps. This is a transformation in which public services are delivered to the citizens, and also it changes the relationship between the government and citizen, because from home itself you are able to do activities. So it is like you will feel like you are more empowered, and there are RTIs and also many provisions are there. If you want some information, you can ask the authority from your home itself, and they will deliver you the answer, reply what you want. So this is how it is empowering the citizen, and it is bringing the citizen closer to the government. Next question. The National Rural Livelihood Mission, launched by the Ministry of Rural Development, has been successful in creating efficient and effective institutional platform of the rural poor. Comment. So it is asking the National Rural Livelihood Mission success, to elaborate the success, whether it has been successful in its goal of creating efficient and effective institutional platform of the rural poor, and if it is successful, then how much it is successful. Some important missions like this National Rural Livelihood Mission, National Urban Livelihood Mission, then Mahatma Gandhi, that Manrega. So all those important missions we should prepare, so that we can write about their achievement, their shortfalls, and how they are performing. Next question. Discuss the administrative relationship between the union and the state. So in India, union is having some power, state governments are having some power. What is the administrative relation between the union government and the state government? Next question. India and the USA are natural allies. Discuss the strategic reason of India's closeness to the United States of America. Reason is both are democracy. India is also democracy, US is also democracy. Both are very large democracies. Then both the nations are very large economy powerhouse nowadays. So India and US are two of the largest economy, and both are having very big trade relations. Then a large number of Indian ethnic group people are settled in USA. They are doing very good there. They are in very important positions. Then India also is not in a very good relationship with China, at least politically. Same with US. So, friends, enemy's enemy is friend. This is in another way, you can say. India is close to Russia, and Russia is normally opposed by USA. But in that case, Russia also is very close to China. That's why if India has to choose USA and Russia, very openly India cannot choose Russia because Russia is very close to China also. Next question, discuss the role of civil service in realizing the true objectives of democracy. Substantiate your argument in the light of functioning of Indian civil service. So this question is asking what is the role of Indian civil service and how it furthers the objective of democracy, how it strengthens the democracy, how it serves the people. Next question, what are the core provisions of the Representation of the People Act and discuss the amendments of the Act. So this Act, Representation of the People's Act, is related to election of the member of the parliament and state legislature. And what are the amendments that has happened till date? Then another current topic that is going on nowadays is defection of MP or MLA. How an MP or an MLA can be disqualified. What are the grounds? This one also we should definitely prepare. Then currently in Assam another activity is going on, that is delimitation activities, commission's activity. So that is about redrawing of the boundary of the assembly and Lok Sabha constituencies. Actually, that delimitation activities should have been completed by 2008, but in the four state of Northeast, including Assam, it was stopped. And it was argued that only after completion of NRC, this activity should be done. Next question, Indian parliamentary system, through patterned on the British model, consists of its own unique feature, drawn mainly from non-British sources. Elucidate in the context of difference between parliamentary system of India with that of the British. So it is asking to give the difference between the parliamentary system in India and the British. As we know, in the Indian parliamentary system, the constitution, India's constitution has been developed by borrowing so many different concepts from different sources, from Germany, Russia, Ireland, Canada, Australia. From all the sources, India has brought good provisions and implemented in India's constitution. So definitely India's constitution will be far different from what is there in the British constitution. So the question is asking the difference between this Indian parliament and British parliamentary system. Along with that, we should also prepare we should also know what are the provisions that India has brought from which countries. Next question 19. Critically analyze the problem and the prospect of microfinance program as a tool for empowerment and eradication of poverty with special reference to Assam. How microfinance program can be used as a tools for empowerment and eradication of poverty. And what are the problem and the prospect this microfinance program faces. In 2020, Assam government has also passed an act, that is Assam Microfinance Institution Act 2020. Microfinance is actually financing activities, normally not banks, some NGO, not NBFC. NBFC does these things. This is financing in smaller amount, 50,000, 20,000, 1 lakh, like that amount of financing. Normally, like before Bandhan Bank got banking license, it was a microfinance institution. It was very much like widespread in Assam area. They give loan to very marginal people, small amount loan, and they will collect it maybe weekly, monthly, like this. This helps in the lower section of the people. This helps very much because they need some small amount. They get that amount from the microfinance organization and they repay it weekly or some monthly. But they have so many problems and the prospect. So this is what the question is asking. What are the problem with regard to microfinancing program? If you study this Assam Microfinance Institution Act, then you will get a lot of idea, lot of resources with regard to this topic. Next question 20. Discuss in details how judicial decisions shape Indian politics with special reference to the latest judgment of the Supreme Court of India. Supreme Court of India is the protector of Constitution of India. So whenever Indian politics or Indian legislation try to encroach upon the Constitution of India and they want to amend it as per their wish, Supreme Court intervenes and try to protect the original characteristic of the Indian Constitution. So that's why so many judicial decisions, this is judgments of the Supreme Court, has gradually changed the Indian politics and the political scenario. This is what the question is asking. You can give a details of all the important judgment that has affected Indian politics. That's all in this video. If you find this video informative, please like this video, share it with your friends, and also you can consider subscribing to our channel Adhikary Education. You can also visit our website assamexam.com, and a lot of APSC related resources are available. Thank you.